Hello, everybody. This is new referring member training 101, just the basics, getting started. We are so excited to have you as part of our Singular family. My favorite thing in the whole world is when we get to share our story, somebody hears it, and they come on board and decide, you know what? If she can do it, I can do it too, and it duplicates. And what the reason you're here right now is because of that right there. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background, first of all, about our company. We are an 11-year-old company. It's Health and Wellness. I don't know if you're here because you bought collagen, if you're here because you bought a system, if you're here because you bought a bundle, or if you're here because somebody drug you here. Whatever it is that you're here, I will tell you that it doesn't matter. We are excited that you're here, however you got started. Our company is an 11-year-old company, and we are experiencing right now explosive growth. Last year, during the pandemic, when everybody else was shutting down, people couldn't stay open because they couldn't keep employees, and all these things were happening. Our company experienced 600% growth. You know why? Because people started thinking about their health. They started thinking about having to have an extra income somewhere, and they certainly can't go out and get another job, right? But you know what? This home-based business is something that everyone could do. So people started thinking about that. They started thinking about diversifying their income, not putting all their eggs in one basket, and they definitely started thinking about their health. So even though we are 11 years old, even though we experienced explosive growth last year, and I believe in the next 6 months, we're going to see that same kind of growth again, we are still a ground floor opportunity. And you can probably tell 50 people about us, and 49 have still never heard about it. So we're still that ground floor opportunity to where you're still able to get in right from the beginning and establish your business, establish your name, brand yourself as somebody in Singular, and experience that explosive growth with us, if that's what you choose to do. Some of you may be here just because you want to get free products. You want to get your products reimbursed. Some people may be here because you saw us post about paying for Christmas. Maybe somebody wants a side income. Maybe somebody needs some way to diversify their retirement income because of all the stuff that's happening now as far as Social Security and stuff. Maybe you're just a stay-at-home mom and you want to contribute to the household. Maybe you want to pay off debt. Maybe you want to quit your job like I did. Maybe you want to travel around the world, but you just can't afford it. Whatever it is that you're here, it's your journey. You get to decide. You get to decide if you want to make $100 a month, if you want to make $500 a month, if you want to make $2,000 a month, or if you want to make $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 a month. You get to decide that, because the only person that can put limits on your income is you. Whatever you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. So there's no quotas that we have to be a distributor. We have a straight line commission, which means if you enroll someone and you help somebody sign up, you would get the exact same commission for that as I do. And I've been here almost 7 years. We do not base your commission off of what somebody else does, which is one of the things that I love. We have a straight line commission, so we encourage you to tell everybody. And I know that there's a lot of companies out there, they're called binary companies, which you have to figure out how to, who's going to get your commission in order to get these bonuses and stuff. This is not confusing like that. This is a simple process, a simple company with a simple compensation plan, and you get to choose how much you want to make. With your $35 upgrade that you paid to be a referring member, which that's crazy to me that that's all it is for an entire year. With that, you get your own shipping department. You get your own ordering department. You get your own return department. You get your own complaint department. You don't have to do any of that. When we say it's a referral-based company, That's exactly what we mean. It is a referral based company. And the only thing you do, you are like the third party. So you tell somebody about it, and then you give them the information to order it, and you just help them out. You become their cheerleader. You become their information if they need you. We've got your Xander, who is a text support, a text coaching tool that is interactive. So if they have product questions, more times than not, they can text Xander and have a coach right in their pocket. So there's so many tools now that we set you up for success. We try to make this as simple as possible for you. And if you think back about when you ordered, and I'm sure most of you have ordered recently, what was it that made you order? Was it because someone put this big ad up that said, I've got this and it's this much and buy it now? Or did they have this big advertisement that you saw about the product? I would probably bet a lot of money that you saw someone share a picture of themselves, or you saw a testimony, or you saw someone share their story. And that's how you came to be. And basically, that's what we are as paid storytellers. We share our journeys. We don't pressure sales. We don't do cold calling. We don't do any of those things to pressure someone to buy something. We share our journey. The people we talk to are the people who ask and that need what we have. So I have a background, and I was in sales for a while, and our company used to pay for leads. They would spend all this money to pay for somebody to generate these leads that would possibly be the people that needed what we have, right? They would pay this big money for it. And then we would have to call them and then weed through the leads that we paid for to find out if that was really what they needed, if that was really somebody that was a valued prospect. Well, this is like having free leads all the time with just the people who need you. And they're the people that most of the time are your friends and family. And you would be shocked at the people that come to you that you would have no idea that need what you have. And it's like that's one of the things that I loved about this is the only people I'm talking to are the ones who have asked me for information and have said, yes, tell me more. So you're not going and bugging your people and throwing up on people every time you see them and saying, oh my God, you got to try this. Oh my God, you are getting a little pudgy around the waist. So I just kind of noticed that. I got something for you. You don't do anything like that. This is something that you just share your journey. You share your heart. You share the people that are on your team. You can share their journeys too. And then the next thing you know, you've got people saying, tell me more. Tell me what you got. And that's how it all starts, just by sharing what we have. And I've got a couple of people that I want to bring on just to share a couple of minutes about how this has changed their life and how they were in the same exact place as you at one time. And when they decided to say yes, how that has changed the trajectory of their life. I want to start with Vicki, and hopefully her phone doesn't go out, but Vicki Bronner she's been with me for about a little bit over 5 years now, maybe 4 years. And she took this thing and just ran with it, and she couldn't keep her mouth shut about it. That's why she became so successful with it. And Vicki, I want you to unmute and talk about, why you decided to share and what that did for your life after you did that.
Okay. 2 minutes, right? So I saw a post that said, I lost 8 pounds in 8 days. That was it. A friend posted something that simple. That what are you going to do? You pick up the phone and you call your friend. It doesn't have to be an elaborate post. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. She did, 7 or 8 words? And I called her and she told me she was not a distributor, but she gave me the name of somebody, and I called them because I was miserable. I had a lot going on and I wanted to fix it. I'd wasted thousands of dollars trying to fix it and was still sitting on my couch. So I knew she wouldn't lie to me. So I called and got set up, ordered my package within 24 hours. I did the ultimate and would have ordered the ultimate plus anything they told me to order. It wouldn't have mattered what it was. I would have gotten it because I was ready. I was ready. I was desperate and I wanted it. My mindset was right. And when you can't say anything wrong when that person is ready. So 8 words changed my life, and it's just incredible. And I said, when they said, do you want to be a distributor? Or that wasn't the words, but it was, General, I said, I'm not, well, I ain't going to tell you what I said, but it was no. And then after I had done my 8 days, I had tried for years to lose anything, and I lost 9.5 pounds in 8 days. I couldn't not tell anybody. I was blown away. So I was telling everybody. So then the conversation was, you're doing the job. You're just not getting paid for it. So why would I not want my products for free? And it went well beyond ever just getting my products for free. It just slammed because people that I knew I wouldn't lie to them. People know you won't lie to them. So it's important that they hear your story and not mine. They can hear mine, but when they hear yours, post those pictures. I was not pictures and want to post those. And I was like, I ain't posting these mug shots, but I knew I had to, and I knew I was going to a month from now. So I went ahead and hit, you just 1, 2, 3 send. And it's crazy. So do it scared, but do it and listen to the person that is guiding you because they've been there, they've done that. Just trust their guidance because they're not going to steer you wrong. Do what Melissa would call me and say, do this, do this, do this. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I did it. And I have no regrets whatsoever. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. So I know the question that a lot of you are having is, well, how do I share my story? How do I share my journey? You have got access to millions of people right in front of you. This little phone right here in our social media outlet gives you access to a unlimited number of people. So you can share your story, and you can share your story in a few ways. You can share it in person. People that know you, you become a walking billboard. When you start dropping the weight and you start feeling amazing, you become a walking billboard. And like Vicki said, you can't help but tell them because there's a light that comes on and that fog lifts and you actually feel good. And I would have told people for free. They wouldn't even have to pay me. I'm glad they did, but they wouldn't have had to because I felt that good. You can talk to people in your circle. You can text people in your circle, the ones that you go to dinner with, the ones that if something were to happen, that's the ones you would call, the ones that don't want you to get skinny without them or don't want you to reverse your age without them. Those are the people in your circle that you could text and say, I'm trying this thing. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, y'all. Just come do it with me. And then you can put people into your results group. Every single team has their own results group. And that's that page that has all of those before and after pictures or before and now pictures. It's got all those testimonies because your testimony may not be the one that relates to everybody. So get them in that results group, and then posting on social media, going live on social media. That's probably the scariest thing I ever did. But posting on Facebook, on Instagram, in your stories. And I'll tell you what going live did for me. And it got me out from behind a keyboard. I no longer became words on a computer screen. I became a real person that people could see my emotion. They could hear my excitement in my voice. It doesn't even have to be anything long, but getting out from behind that computer screen and actually pressing go live or doing a video and posting that video so people can actually see what you're saying is fact. They can hear the conviction in your voice. That's the best way, honestly. If you're not face to face, that's the best way to share with somebody, because building that relationship with someone is probably, I would say, top 3 best ways to get someone to start listening to what you're saying, even if you don't know them. The people that know you, you know, you're gonna have your people that see you and know you and say, okay, I want what you have. But then you're gonna have those acquaintances that you know, the friends that you have on Facebook that maybe you went to high school with 30 years ago, or you went to, you know, that you went to church with 3 churches ago, or whatever it is. And for them to see you on a live video and hear that in your voice, that's like gold. So those are 4 ways that you can share. And I'm going to have Stephanie jump in real quick. And I want Stephanie, will you share really quick about your journey with us?
Of course, I will. So I started with the Ignite back in March, and I started the business a month later in April. And so one thing that, you know, you hear them talking about is doing lives. And I hated them. That was not my cup of tea at all. But let's see, June and July, those were my 2 best months. I was listening to everything they told me to do, except for the lives. I was doing everything else, doing my IPAs, posting daily, and doing my follow-ups, just lather, rinse, and repeat, literally. And I literally, in June and July I know in July I was 1 ultimate away from being a manager. Just 1. And then I want to say in June, I was like 1.5. And so August rolls around, and the enemy is a sneaky, sneaky fellow. He likes to get in your head and put these lies in your head. And so I began the whole self-doubt. And so I quit working for the whole month of August. September rolled around. I made my goals, but still wasn't working. And but I still got on all the meetings, because you don't go up. If you don't show up, you don't go up. And I think it was Hillary, one of the other leaders anyway, was talking about how this is where it shifted for me, because when you start focusing on your numbers, as far as like the business side of I became, what's the word? Addicted to the idea of being a manager, that I was focusing only on the numbers and I wasn't focusing on the people, which is what this business is about changing the next person. So then that person gets changed to the next person. And so at one of the leaders talked about, I can't remember if it was at Fest or on the live after Fest, but how we need to focus on the next one we can save, or the next one we can help. And so for this month, it just triggered. That was the one thing I kept saying I wasn't doing, but I was focusing on the business and not the people. And so for the month of November, my mindset, yeah, I would love to be a manager, but that's not my goal right now. My goal is to love on the next one. And so far, like the first week in November, I started doing lives, and I try to go daily live. But you don't have to talk about Singular all the time. Just be you. You can talk about your family. You can, even if it's just 1 or 2 minutes, you don't have to spend 15, 20 minutes a day. Just allow them to see you and hear you. And that just goes so far in everything that we do. And so then that allowed my first week in November to be the best I've had since I started, because I took everything they told me and actually put it into action and not skip a step.
That is awesome. Thank you. I didn't even know that was part of your story going to be. That fit in right perfect. But that right there goes right along with being a relational business, because we have those relationships with people. And if you can think of 10 people that you know right now, every single one of them is either sick, broke, or tired. They just are. They're overweight at all, or they're underweight at all, or they're on any kind of medication, they're sick. If they got a job, yet job stands for just over broke. You know, they're the prices of everything are going up, their income is not. And then, gosh, everybody's working like dogs right now, and they come home and they're tired. You've got something right in your hands that can help every single person that you know. So thank you for that, Stephanie. And yes, we are a people-based, people-loving, and we give a lot more than just weight loss products. We give the support. We are a team that has no drama. We are a team that loves people. It's not just about the singular. You become part of a family. You become part of a community of people that will motivate you and inspire you and cheer for you and pray for you and celebrate with you. And we're there during the hard times too, because life still happens, right? You know, we become a family unit, and you become a part of that. And that's one of my biggest blessings in all of this is I've got, I went to Dallas last month with 3,000 of my best friends. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like this is just a family unit, and it's just an extension of my family. That's what you become a part of. With that, going back to the business, we have a simple, duplicable system where you can help somebody else very easily. You start, and then you help somebody else, and that's your biggest reward. Knowing that you have changed a life, there's nothing that feels better. And when you start duplicating what you're doing, then your first step is to get to your quick start bonus. You've got 30 days from the day that you enroll to enroll 4 people with any of our systems, with the Ultimate, Ignite, X Bundle, Core, Trim Down Trio, or one of our bigger collagen bundles that has at least 120 points. If you don't know how to tell how many points they are, ask your coach. But that's your first. That gives you $100 bonus on top of the commissions that you make. And if you enroll somebody with at least what you purchased or higher with that $100, you are pretty close to paying for what you have invested in it. The next thing that you could look at, if you are ready to go and you are more of a go-getter, we've got something called an extreme builder bonus. And that is for somebody that starts the day you start, and you've got 90 days. And if you earn those bonuses, it's 3 phases, and I won't get into it. If you're interested in it, I've got a video I can send you of how to earn it, but that pays you out about $17,000 in the first 90 days. And then if you come in for collagen and you are really a go-getter, and you can start just 12 people off with one of our bigger collagen bundles of the 120 points that we were talking about, and you can help those people duplicate that down 4 levels, that's when you get into life-changing, crazy income of about $50,000 a month just on the collagen. I mean, so we've got something for every single person. We've got something for every single, for whatever phase that you want to go through, however fast you want to go, whatever it is that you want to accomplish with this, we've got your answer. So we've also got the tools that are going to help you. We've got something called boards, which is like, how I go to the Bible for all of my answers. For anything in life, I know that my answer is in the Bible. This is your singular Bible. It has all of the answers for everything that anybody could possibly ask you, to where you don't feel like you're inept to start this, and you don't feel like you are just completely clueless. This gives you the answers. And then we have something called Focus 40, which helps you, when Stephanie was talking about the IPAs, that is income producing activities. It's 40 minutes a day, and it tells you exactly what to do to start your business. So I think Jan Williams, I saw her leave, but is she still on here? Because I really wanted her to talk. Jan, are you still here? I think she might have gotten
I
taken
am.
off.
No,
Oh,
I'm here.
she's here. Okay, I saw. Did you get kicked out at one point?
I did.
Okay, I saw. Okay, I didn't think I was crazy. Will you just really quick? Will you share? Because you're just getting started. You're just starting your journey. And can you just talk just a second about what that's been like for the past few weeks? And so Jan actually went to our convention with us in October. She came back from the convention. She left her job and she decided that this is what she's supposed to do. There's other factors behind that, but this is what she's supposed to do. And man, I'm not even kidding. Has she taken off, and she's very close to our second rank in just this month, in just a few weeks. And Jan, what's this whirlwind been like? How awesome is it to go from being in the nursing industry to just being an extension of that with this?
Melissa, it's absolutely incredible. If anybody would have told me that 3 weeks ago I would walk away from a nursing career and to start selling. Well, first of all, most of y'all don't know me, but I am very much an introvert. I know those that do know me won't agree with that because I talk nonstop all the time when I'm around people I'm comfortable with. So for me, this was a huge, and I do mean huge, leap of faith, step of faith, but I felt like this was the direction God was leading me. I've been a nurse for, about 12, 13 years, and the last 7 or 8 have been in hospice. And, you come to a point in time where watching people take that end of life journey, even though it's very important to be there and to have all the tools and the compassion and what you need to help patients and family make that crossing, it really takes a toll on you emotionally, mentally, and physically. And I reached that toll. So I did just kind of walk away from this job that paid really well. And I worked with some really great people to become a distributor and work with one of the best friends in the whole world to me, Melissa. And we're just, I feel like we're really making a big impact. And it just gives me validation and confirmation that that my role as a nurse now is going to be to help people live a better life by helping them with these wonderful products that are for health and wellness. And I've got 2 great ladies that are working with me, Jennifer, and under Jennifer, she's already signed up Cheryl, and they're on the line. So just a shout out to my girls, the X team. And we named ourselves X Team Walking by Faith. And that's exactly what this is. This is walking by faith. So I'm just really excited that this is the next chapter of my life.
Well, we couldn't be more excited to have you on our team. And I do love you. And thank you for sharing that. And that was one of the things that when you had said that to me, that you want to help people live their life now instead of living their life at the end of it. And that's exactly what you're doing by helping people. And I'm excited about it. So I'm not going to take any more of your time. I wanted to do 30 minutes. We're going to do these every week, and each week we'll have different people and we'll have different tools and different information for you. But I'm just going to tell you right now, whatever it is that you want, it starts with a yes. It starts with just saying yes. It starts with a little faith, like Jan was talking about. It starts with deciding you want it, deciding you want more than what you have right now. And then you just need to be coachable and decide that you want to work. This is the simplest thing that you'll ever do in your life, but it is not a get rich quick scheme like a lot of people think. You get out of it whatever you put into it. And it's been, for me, it's been the biggest blessing of anything that could have ever been given me. I'm 50 years old. We're debt free, and I don't have to go to a 9 to 5 job. I can spend time. The time freedom for me is worth everything. Today, my grandbabies came over. I got to see them. I get to spend time with my parents. I get to spend time with my friend Jan that came over today, and we get to do this together. I get to travel. There's a travel passport program that comes with this. They'll send you and somebody else around the world just for doing something that you would do for free, and that's sharing something you love. So I would encourage you to set your goals high and jump in with both feet and let somebody hold your hand and lead you, and be coachable. If they say jump, say how high, because they don't want anything but the best for you. And they're trying to lead you in a direction that's going to take you to places you can't even fathom. So we're thankful you got on. If there's any questions, I'm going to open it up for about 10 minutes to questions. So I'm going to shut up, and we've got a lot of leaders on here. So somebody is going to know the answer. So does anybody have anything? And you can just unmute yourself. Anyone? Y'all are quiet.
I don't have a question, but I just want to thank you for doing this. And I was on Focus 40 earlier, and they had mentioned.
You muted.
They had mentioned it earlier when I was on Focus 40, which is the most fabulous thing for me to be on every single day. And they had mentioned this, and I'm glad. And here I am, and I will be here every week.
Yay, I'm so glad.
And I'll tell everybody about it, so more and more people come on, especially my newest preferred members, so they can learn and watch.
That's what we want. We want to teach people, because we know that if you're confused, it's hard to do something if you don't know how to do it. So
I get confused sometimes still, but
I do. Anybody else have anything?
Hi, Stacy, it's Suzette.
Hey, Suzette.
I know you and I have emailed a bunch of times. Stacy Smith Barnes was actually the original person who ever introduced me to Xangular. And I've ordered the collagen, and I've been using it for 8 days. But can you send me more information on being a representative for the collagen part?
Actually, Vicki Bronner is on here, and she is going to be working directly with you as well. And she is absolutely amazing. And she's the one that spoke the first time. So I'm going to have Vicki and Stacy get in touch with you and make sure absolutely we can help you and share with you. And no, you are Jessica's your direct coach, right?
No, Stacy.
Stacy is okay. Yeah.
I have not signed up for the
It's okay. It's okay.
What do you call the referral?
Referring member. Yeah.
Yes,
So that's a
I've got to do that.
$35 fee for the whole year. So you pay $35 and you're good for the whole year. But I'm going to tell you, you have got two amazing coaches over you, that are going to work hand in hand with you. And Stacy and Vicki will give you everything that you need and will be in direct contact with you. Vicki, can you make sure you do that as soon as we hang up? She's in a non Wi-Fi place. So yeah.
I see her.
So she'll get in touch with you, and yes, we will get you started and get you going.
Okay, because I plan to do that tomorrow. So if they can contact me tomorrow, that would be great.
Okay. Yep, they sure will.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Is there certain products that someone that's had a gastric bypass can't take?
Well, that would be me. And that would be Teresa. So no. I can't take the Zing just because I think it absorbs weird with me, but there's nothing that you can't take. Don't really need the cheat, because the cheat expands in your stomach and makes you feel fuller faster. So I usually don't use that often. But there's nothing that they can't take. Nope. I take everything I can get in my body. I'm healthier now than I was at 30.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Anybody else got any questions? Anything. You can ask anything. It doesn't even matter. Or does anybody want to share what, does anybody want to say you're ready, or, where you're at in your journey, or how we can, if you need something, or if you can tell us how you want us to help you? Anyone? Okay. Well, I'm going to end this session just like I do our trainings on Monday night. And I'm just going to make a declaration over all of you and your teams. And my favorite verse in the Bible is Ephesians 3:20, and it's, the Lord will do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask. And that's what I'm going to declare right now, Ephesians 3:20 over all of you, because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. We are in the right place at the right time. And I declare a boldness to rise up in every single one of you. God is going to open up supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we are going to rise in the ranks, and we're going to give him the honor and glory for it. Love you guys. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Mm.